Hello world. Behind me is my 1990 Mazda Miata that I've had for almost 10 years, and the car almost has 300,000 kilometers. And the intention of this project would be to record my progress in making this car into a relatively fun track car. And I'm not a professional mechanic or a racing driver, so I'll be making tons of mistakes, and the car probably won't be the fastest thing that anyone's ever built. But thankfully, the Miata has been around for 30 years, and there are lots of videos and images and forums and things like that on what can be done to a Miata, which will be helpful for me as a non-professional. In this video, I'll go over describing what my Miata is and why I made this decision over or after 10 years, and also describe my plans for the car. Let's go. So to start off, I'm gonna describe my Miata, and the car's got almost 300,000 kilometers as it's sitting at 297,868 kilometers, and I bought it at around 285,000 kilometers, and the first owner had it for about 20 years, then sold it to her brother who had it for about a couple years or so before selling it to me. And the second owner winter drove it, and I live in Canada, so the body wasn't in the best shape, as you can see. But this meant that it was only $1,500 Canadian in 2013, probably $1,200 US, and it had all service records dating back to I think 1996. So all I had to do was to wrap it in red and change some fluids, and it's been trouble-free ever since. So the original intention with this Miata was to keep it stock for autocross, to learn how to drive better so that I can drive my Mitsubishi Evo 5 at the track better. But in 2017, when I ended up getting a more comfortable daily in favor of the Evo, I thought to myself, maybe I could turn this car into the track car. But then a year later, I ended up getting a more capable track car in this BMW E92 M3. And the idea to make the Miata into a track car went down the drain, and it has been kept in its stock form over the last 9 years. So you might ask, why now after 10 years? The M3 is a great car and I still love it. I took it to the track 3 days after buying it, and then again in a month. But what I misunderstood or underestimated was the true maintenance cost of track days, especially with an M3. Everything's just expensive. The tires alone are more expensive than the price of a tire, wheel, and seat combo for the Miata. I anticipated that it would be costly, but I really underestimated it. So I stopped tracking the M3 just after 2 track days, after finding out the true running costs of track days with that car. As you can see, I'm very good at convincing myself to not enjoy my cars, and this hesitation to not make a financial mistake went on for nearly 5 years. And at the beginning of the year, this year, I thought to myself, okay, maybe enough is enough, and I did what any self-respecting car enthusiast would do. I thought to myself, life's simple. You make choices and you don't look back. But I still had to make a sensible choice, so I looked at other options around $10,000 with relatively low running costs. So the E36 328 or the M3, the E82 128i, the Hyundai Genesis Coupe, the Scion FRS, the 8th generation Honda Civic Si. But it's 2023 and used car prices have gone up like crazy, and I just couldn't find a car that I really liked at this price range, and I come to a conclusion that the Miata is always the answer. So what's the plan? First of all, you need a roll bar, because this is a convertible, doesn't have any rollover protection, so to go to a track day you need a roll bar. And I went with the Hard Dog M1 Hardcore Hardtop roll bar, which is a mouthful, and it came just 2 days ago. It's here now, so I'll be installing that first. And in addition to the roll bar, I'm looking at tires and wheels, so kind of the basics of a track day. And I'm looking at a few different 15-inch options, so we'll see what I land on. And same with the coilovers. I think it's a good idea to get, but I don't know if it's necessary, so we'll see what I land on. And things like other safety devices like the seat and a harness, and also a Hans device or a head and neck safety device. These are all gonna be good things to add to a track car, but I'm sure there are more, like the brakes, sway bars, and everything else in between. So we'll see how this project goes, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's it. A little preface to project 300,000 or 300K. Yeah, we'll be installing the roll bar in the next few weeks, so we'll start with that, but there's gonna be more to come. Let's see what happens.